Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to LGE for another round of Road to Glory with Sunday Tier, of course, tonight. And we're in the land of the rising sun for the Japanese Grand Prix at the Suzuka International Circuit. And it's definitely a classic circuit. Unfortunately, we haven't got a full house tonight, or anything really close, to be honest. It's a much more intimate grid tonight, so there'll be 13 joining us tonight. And just so you know, the two championship protagonists at the moment are, well, three really. We've also got Marcus in there as well, but I don't think Marcus is. Oh no, he is here. Sorry, he's 13th. So we've got the three title challengers as it stands into round three on the grid. I wasn't here last week due to being a bit poorly. Chris is now joined as well, so we might have 14. So, of course, it's me, Kingzone Joe, tonight, and of course, Flea, aka Lee, with me tonight for this Japanese Grand Prix. Great
Yo.
circuit though.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant circuit, but I've noticed that at times the track does like to catch you out at certain scenarios. Like just where Joe Bradley is just coming up now, the Dunlop curve, curves the right end. Ellison ate that corner with a passion. But brilliant corners, nice moving too. Brilliant, right after it too. What were you feeling of the track? Any, what would you say?
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say it's Degner, not Lesmo. You're thinking of the wrong track.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right,
Degner 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, as I said, a more intimate grid tonight. We've only got the 18-minute short qualifying session tonight, apart from obviously on a Thursday when we have the full qualifying session. So we'll just see Joe Bradley, as we've just seen Joe Bradley, warming up his tyres to start his first flying lap as he comes around 130R. And then into the chicane just to start his first flying lap. Of course, only one DRS zone here down the start finish straight. It's 3.608 miles, and in kilometres it's 5.807 with 18 corners around the track. We're about to see him go into the first corner, Joe Bradley, and then the second concurrently, and then we go into the S section of 3, 4, 5, and all the way up to 7. He's not going to make it though, as he spins out just around turn 5. So that's a poor start for the AlphaTauri driver, Lee.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to keep the downforce down as much as they can, but unfortunately it does like to throw you off quite often. This track, I would say.
So we've got Tej next. He's just starting a lap in that silver Mercedes. Of course, gone black again this year for a bit of weight saving. Bare carbon fibre, like most of the cars on the grid, as we see him almost lose it at the exact same place as Joe Bradley at turn 5, and now through turn 6, easy on the power, and then 7 at Dunlop. And then we'll ride up to the top of the hill as we start falling back down to the first Degner. We really want to be committed through both of these corners. Degner 1 especially, as we go through Degner 2, use all the curve on the left-hand side, through the right-hand curve, and then into the hairpin of turn 11, and then we're on the run towards Spoon Curve as we go through turn 12. Yeah, they don't make circuits like this anymore, Lee. They really don't.
No, I've got to agree there that it's just, I mean, it's the only figure 8 track that I've seen on the calendar at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There must be more than one figure of 8 track in the world, though, surely. I might have a look at that for next week. I'm going to find out how many there are. Yeah, it's the only figure of 8, but like the whole track, every section is so different from the other. Like I know, obviously, sectors we see the first benchmark time with 31.044. So who are we going to have next? We'll get the track mapper, because we haven't done that just yet. So it looks like a Red Bull. It would have been short markers. Actually, no, I think he's just about to start a lap. It's doing that glitch already. Now we've got a McLaren who's going slow, and another McLaren just about to start his lap. So who's the first one that's going to finish a lap? Is it AJ Baker potentially, or is there a driver ahead of him? Matty Jones, no, he's not finishing a lap. So we've got, Chuckle Brothers in the Red Bull. Goes on to provisional pole by 9/10 of a second. As we watch AJ Baker now come across the line. Goes even faster again, gets into the 129s, 129.863. Aki obviously having a cool down lap before he goes again at 150. Clearly not a fast time, as Josh from the championship leaders is moved into 4th place. Ginge up into 2nd place. We didn't see him on Thursday, and he's in the title in contention for the title in Thursday as well, so he missed out on some big points on Thursday, and nice job. Moves into 5th place.
Well, I was on board with Tidgeman there and just seen him about, like, crashing the wall going into the pits there.
So who is next? The one I can see is, I think it's Prof, who's changed his name to RTG Prof. Which we mentioned, as we got Marcus now setting a lap, doing a 29.6. 3 drivers in the 29s now, as Prof goes to negotiate the last few corners. And he's going for another lap. I did just notice on his dash with the battery almost 100%, so he's going again. He obviously made a mistake. He's Matty Jones, also changed his name to have RTG at the start, had moved up to 8, well, slotted in 8th place. So the times are a bit spread at the moment, Lee, between the 14.
Yeah, it's quite a big gap, I would say, between
first and 10th. Yeah, we're not going to count Prof. No offence, but
warm-up lap.
Warm-up lap, clearly cool down, as we see Chris coming into. Oh, sorry, just changed that. Chris coming into the final 2 corners. Car number 10 driving with Vessel's helmet at the moment. And he goes straight into the pit. So Joe Bradley just going through the corner. He made a mistake last time around at the beginning of the session. Makes his way through this section without any errors at all. As he comes through Dunlop up to the top of the hill and then descending back down again into the first Degner. Quite tentative through the first Degner. Doesn't use any of the curb on the exit of 2. As he comes up to the hairpin of turn 11, he had a car on the left-hand side through 10. Kept well out of the way as he gets nicely on the power out of the hairpin and then through turn 12 and then on to 13 and 14, which of course is spoon curve. And then we'll set our sights towards 130R after that. So negotiating turn 14 there. Just getting the right front on the red and white curb. Not going any further onto the scissor curves as he comes down to 130R, which is a pretty nothing corner these days. It used to be a bit of a monster of a corner to deal with, as he now comes into the final 3 corners. The final 2 here being, or 2 of the final 3 being that chicane at the end of the lap, DRS open before the line. So he's in the bottom place at the moment of the drivers who have done a time, Lee.
So he's going to need to get the finger out, so to speak, and get a decent lap in. But we've got Ernie Bernie here, just coming across the line to finish his lap. Is he? No, he's just starting a lap now.
Yeah,
so
he's just starting.
See how well he's going to do. Is he's one of the only drivers without a lap time yet. It looks like he's getting a bit shaky through turns 1 and 2.
I'm not sure if it's a bit of lag, it looks like it. Or his car's possessed in some way.
One or the other. I think we might need to call an exorcist in on this one. But he's getting through the Degna and that no bother.
Look like the back end was really out there through the first Degna. So he comes through turn 10 and through the hairpin of turn 11. Another corner, Lee, which I can never decide whether the apex or just a bit away from the apex is quicker. Can never decide it.
Yeah, I've noticed that like with corners like that, there's multiple different ways that you could go through it. My preferred method sometimes would be going that wee bit deep and then you get the better cut back.
Yeah, the V line.
And then you get the acceleration on the exit.
Yeah, so into the final sector, a short sector here at Suzuka, third sector. Only a few corners to deal with.
Ooh. Went in a little bit deep at that chicane
and
now.
He's bailed out. I'm surprised he didn't just even go for a banker there. Yeah, there was a bit of a speeding in the pit lane there, or going across that give way line to the pit lane a bit too fast, as Chris has another attempt now in that Aston Martin.
I'll be 2 seconds.
As we see, Chris is spun again, so struggling to get himself a lap. He's going to be kicking himself for that one, and we have got Bernie, who hasn't set a lap yet. But we have got drivers on laps, including Matty Jones here, as he comes through Degna 1, takes a lot of curve on the inside of Degna 1 as he comes through Degna 2 now, and full throttle away through turn 10, and on the brakes for turn 11, that deadly hairpin, which you might see a few little lunges to the inside there, especially on the first couple of laps, as we now come around turn 12. Line of least resistance as AJ Baker puts an even better time in than he did before as we go through Spoon Curve. And now on the back straight towards 130R, and then we're only going to be braking one more time in this lap. And that will be into the 16-17 chicane. A lot of drivers taking a lot of curve on the inside at 130R as he comes around the chicane, and we've got the Aston Martin, a nice job setting provisional pole, and we've got Matty slotting in just behind Chuckle Brothers at the moment. So the time is starting to shorten now. We're starting to run out a bit of a time, and Ernie Burney knows that one, as well as Chris. I think he was going to wait till the very end, but Bernie was eager to get out and get a lap. And he's got enough fuel to do 2 laps as well. Are you back, Lias? Oh, I thought Lee was back. So, we'll keep an eye on Ernie Burney, as he really needs to get a lap. So as he makes his way through the S section of Sector 1, quite a way from the curve there at turn 5 as we go through turn 6 and now turn 7, Dunlop curve, and just about to go into the 2 Degnas of 8 and 9. Really tricky sequence of corners all the way from turn 1 all the way up to here, really. It's never-ending roller coaster as we go into the hairpin. You get a little bit of a break now before Spoon Curve as we now come out of the hairpin at turn 11 around the somewhat banked corner of turn 12. It rises and falls as we go through the right-hander and then up to the double left of Spoon. And surely this one will be a slightly safe lap for the Mercedes man, because he's got enough fuel to go again, so I'm sure he will try and recharge the batteries and cool everything down for another attempt, a final attempt as he comes into the chicane and then around the final corner of turn 18 towards the line.
Ooh.
Yeah, he moves up one place. Yeah, and he moves up one place. Did it get rid of the bump in the game? A couple of games, have they not got rid of it? Is it still there?
No, it's still there.
There is a bit of a bump on the exit of turn 18. Well, sort of mid-corner, isn't it? Sort of exit mid-corner.
It's literally like right across where the pit barrier is. As Pure runs right across the track now, and you're like, bro, any need? We'll have you look, and I'll see Chris is on a lap right now in the Aston Martin to sector 1. Just coming up to the Dunlop curve now. So, not related. So, let's see, he's coming up to turn 11, is it? I always forget. Nice.
Yes.
Done.
Turn
They're
11.
getting the car rotated nicely there. A little bit of traffic, but they're moving out of the way nicely there. Around Spoon here, you've got to make sure he's not too much on that curve, but also try and make sure he's using as much of the track as possible. Up to the legendary 130R, I remember one of the greatest overtakes I've seen happening around here. Alonso on Schumacher in 2005, I think it was. Around the outside. You remember that move, Joe?
I do, yeah. He's across the line.
Oh, this comes into 9th with a 130.3.
Now, the track has got very, very busy. We've only got one driver who's yet to start his final attempt. And it's going to be closely. I'm not sure if he's going to make it. Is he going to make it? He's got 15 seconds. I don't think he's going to make that.
What a nice job.
Yeah. 9, 8, 7.
He might just
it's going to be very close indeed. He may have timed this to absolute perfection. Oh, he just got across the line just in time. So, who's going to be the first man to finish a lap? It's not going to be Chuck Brothers because he's invalidated his attempt. So, who else we got? We've got Ernie Burney, who is on a lap.
And nice job, Zardy scuffed it at turn 2 there on the exit. Oh, and AJ Baker as well, coming to Degna 2. Am I just like an instant reporter turning into now?
As Ernie Burney has got to improve to get off the, and he is, he's 3/10 up on his previous attempt, but it won't be enough as of yet. He's going to have a hell of a sector 3, a hell of a final few corners to get himself up the order. Is he going to be able to do it? No, stays 14th and last.
Ooh. Ginge.
Oh, it's Chuckle Brothers. Bosh, have that, says the Red Bull man. He goes on to provisional pole. Is Marcus going to take it away from him? He is. Goes even faster. But we've got one more man, I think. We've got AJ Baker who's on a lap. So it's short Marcus at the moment who's on provisional pole. But is it going to be for a short amount of time? As AJ Baker is on a fly. He's not fast enough though. He's 23 seconds down in his time. Even if he had a SpaceX rocket on the back of that AlphaTauri, I don't think he would improve up the order. So he's not on provisional pole anymore. Marcus is on pole for round 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, it just reminded me of an Alonso line that I remember hearing. It's like, even if we had a rocket ship, we would still be bloody 12th or something it was. I think it was the day was it Ferrari, I think? No, Ferrari, McLaren.
McLaren.
That was too funny, man. But there we go, that's the end of qualifying. And we'll give you a wee rundown in just a few short moments before we get moving on to the 27 lap extravaganza of the main event. So,
Do you know that for a fact? 27 laps?
Yes, I do know that for a fact. Yash. So,
Okay.
there's Marcus, Choco Brothers, nice job, mate. And then Ginge, AJ Baker, Josh McGill, Matty Jones in 7th, Tidgman in 8th, Chris in 9th, Barry Choco 10th, Joe Bradley 11th, Prof in 12th, Aki 13th, and at the back of the grid is Ernie Bernie. So, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking there's going to be a beginning, a middle, and an end, and there's someone that's going to win and someone that's going to come last. I'm playing it safe tonight. Safe.
I'm not so sure about that. Let's see, is it going to be dry weather or rainy?
I kind of want it to be wet.
Yes, boy!
Sorry for anyone who had headphones in just listening to that. Apologies.
So, it's going to be a rainy 27 lap extravaganza then.
Yeah, it's very wet as well. It's not even a little bit. Interesting. So, and if I'm honest, I only said that because there is 14 drivers, and I kind of wanted to chuck a bit of seasoning, a bit of spice in the mix.
Now, I reckon we're going to see a few people spinning out.
You reckon?
Well, considering the fact that
Nah.
it's spinning in the dry. Um, so, we'll find out. We'll see how Shiznit's about to go down. So, we'll have a look and see what tyres everyone's on. Oh, funnily enough, they're all on wet compound tyres. That was a...
Oh, I thought it'd be starting on the softs.
that'd be surprising, isn't it?
I think we should do a race like that one day.
Kim, what I'm not going to let it is absolutely bull that we can, just for giggles, Kim, I mean. Just see what it's like, just for a giggle, just jump, full wet race. 3 tyres only.
I think you forget sometimes, Lee, that you don't, you're falling back into your slang. That's what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I notice it now.
Yeah, I was going to translate for everyone, but so it's an all Red Bull front row as well. We've already had someone be disqualified from the session. For some reason, we got the Aston Martin up in second on the formation lap, which was confusing me a little bit. Not sure what else to report, and I will be back in a minute, Lee.
Copy that, Roger. So we're seeing just short Marcus just coming into 130R now. Ernie Bernie is just coming around spoon car. Quite a distance between everyone. Oh, there's Matty Jones doing a wee 360. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but make sure his tyres are up to temperature anyway, as we're getting everyone finally getting lined up back on the grid.
And I'm back just in time. It looks like we might have a decent viewpoint today for the start of the race.
Ooh.
Which is so annoying. Yeah, he sorted it out. So, we've got the grid order messing up. We've got 5 red lights.
Yeah,
and we're away for Road to Glory Sundays here in Japan. And Short Marcus has got a really good start. He's still followed by his teammate, but nice job. Might try and go around the outside, but he's almost forced off the road. Is AJ Baker now moves up into 4th place. Got a problem going on with my headphones at the minute. Apologies for that. As Tej now runs off the road. I think he's going to be overtaken by the Aston Martin. Oh, he gets a big snap and another big snap. And he's almost completely off the track and then gets sideswiped by Chuck Brothers. How he's able to keep that on the road, I will not know. As we go back towards the front.
Seen these two been battling out for 2nd place. Seen nice jobs, and Aston Martin's just practically pushing Paul Chuckle forward.
As Ginge trying to go around the outside. He's going around the outside. What a move from the Alpine. He sent it to the outside at the hairpin and just held it with the grip all the way around the outside. We've got a dirt rallier racing with us today on the gravel there at turn 12.
Yeah, it was AJ Baker and Josh McGill. AJ not giving Josh enough space there, unfortunately, so kind of pit manoeuvred a little. But it looks like AJ Baker's going to come up for a move around the outside of 130R. Oh, and he pulls out. That would have been an absolute belter, but he thought better of it. And right now he's got his overtake on, going around the chicane, silly goose.
As Tej just sent it up the inside there. Very opportunistic. His Chuck Brothers is on the charge now and goes past Matty Jones and moves up to 7th place, the top 3. Within about 1.5 seconds between the 3 of them. And Ginger's looking like he's trying to get as close as he can, of course, no DRS in these conditions, to a bit of old school racing for the overtakes. Nice job. Oh!
Paul Chuckle got a bit of a tank slap, it appears. Just couldn't get the grip to the rear tyres there. And that's just sent him barreling down the field. Allowing Ginge, Josh and Chris all to move up a place.
Sorry, it's Tej. He's just lost the position to Ernie Burney. And he's now moved up a place. So, there's been quite a lot of sideways action, Lee, and a bit of bumper cars going on. But we've still got all 14 drivers in, and all still, it looks like, without any damage.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. And usually in these types of races, you do end up seeing a bit of wing damage happening, but these guys have managed to keep it nice and smooth. AJ Baker moving up a place before 130R up into 8th past Barry Chuckle there. Nicely done there from him. 3-second time penalty.
Marcus has increased his lead to 2.2 seconds now.
That wasn't that far up like a lap ago.
No, he's definitely put foot to the floor. So we're just seeing a train of cars forming, sort of from It's from second place, really. First place is Marcus is just starting to pull away, but now it's starting to even out once again. Is Joe Bradley falls down a position, moves into 11th place and moves down to 11th place. AJ Baker moves up on Matty. Chuck just looking to the inside, didn't have the confidence to try and move. As we move along now towards Spoon Curve with these three drivers. AJ Baker at the front of the queue. Yes, we said this track is very technical, isn't it, Lee? And having the wet conditions to match it does make this track one of the hardest in these conditions.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a very, very technical track.
Oh, we've got it. Oh, that's a Red Bull. It's Paul Chuckle. And he's off again. He's off.
Is he calling it?
Not sure what he's doing. Oh,
he's just making sure to stay out of his way there. But that, I think, has caused a safety car.
Oh, really?
Is it a full course or just VSC? I think it might just be a VSC.
Just got to check on the...
Yep.
Yes, VSC. And that's okay then. That's not so bad. It equalises the race. It is going to bring some drivers a bit closer together, Lee, because some will time their delta better than others.
Definitely. I mean, but I will say that I do prefer the method of like the VSC sometimes. I would say. Because sometimes I would say it is a bit fairer, like how the race gets totally neutralised, pretty much. Oh, and we've seen Paul Chuckle is just not having a good time here, folks. Around again, just going into deck number 1 now. Has he got any damage up? Let's see. Yep. Front of that car is like a spearhead. Pointy. Fortunately, this ain't movie the dictator. Pointy doesn't equal better.
No, as we get started again, look how close the top two are, Lee. I don't know how Marcus has made that judgment error. He almost did a nice job, make his way into the pit lane now. He almost had no choice but to go in the pit lane. As we get underway again on lap 5. That's a really bad mistake there from Marcus, obviously holding back. That lead all to play for now, Lee.
Yeah, nice jobs practically pushing him along.
Oh, it's Marcus. Jones. Oh, sorry, Matty Jones. Yeah.
And Ake are battling it out here. I was looking a bit close. Oh, Ake pulls out there, thinks better of it. He's playing it a little bit safer. We've seen 2 people into the pits now, Ernie Bernie and rightfully so, Paul Chuckle into the pits.
That's the top 2 within a tenth. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. It looked like Marcus wasn't sure what he was going to do. I think nice job, sure what he's about to do though. Try and go for that first place as we now go around turn 12. Just didn't get the traction he desired out of turn 11, the hairpin, as we go into Spoon Curve. Got another full course yellow.
VSC again. This will be good for Paul Chuckle. Doing that, I think he's just left. Which is a bit unfortunate, but...
Yeah, it looks like he has left, unfortunately.
So it's glitched completely for him. He's just like stuck in turn 3. now disqualified, so now, sorry, now disqualified, and
Yeah, it's still a VSC though, not a full course.
yeah, we're down to 13 drivers now.
So we've got AJ Baker, who's in the pits, and new set of wet tyres on. Potentially looking to go to the end now, unless the rain gets a bit better. Drive-through penalty for Aki, speeding under the VSC. I haven't seen that for a very long time, I must admit. We got a driver who's fallen down. Nice job, mate. Not so much, as he's down in 5th.
Oh. I was honestly on board with Chris there and I didn't even see what happened.
Got another yellow in sector 2. Not sure for who.
Don't think it should be a yellow flag, I don't think. Oh no. Huh?
Oh, it's for Chuckle Brothers.
How is he still on the track?
I have no idea. EA's a beautiful thing, mate. What can I say? So, making our way down. There's Car Ireland comments with 3 car emojis. Yeah.
Oh.
So, into the final few corners. Marcus still holds on to the lead, even though he gave back a load of time. We've got another yellow flag there. Looks like it's for, I think it's still for the...
Yep.
For,
It's still for Paul Chuckle.
yeah, there's some weird thing about not overtaking under the yellow flags, I think, and stuff like that. Chuckle Brothers is ghosting as well. Very strange antics going on at the moment.
Yeah, sort of. Oh.
It's too late now. We got what we got now, I'm afraid. I can't see them doing it. As Aki is serving his drive-through penalty. Oh.
Chris getting an excellent move there on Josh McGill on the 11 there.
Oh! As he almost looked like he was force pushed into the wall.
Yeah.
He really did. Yeah, so another yellow flag again. Not really sure what to make of that one. Chris sort of, I think, hit self-destruct button here, but Ginge is now trying to put some pressure on short Marcus.
I think there was just that little bit of contact between him and Josh McGill. I think Josh was just trying to give him the squeeze, left him enough room, that is, and Chris just went right into Josh. And kaboom, into the wall.
So we've got Chris now into the pits, obviously for a change of front wing. Where's he going to lead him out? He must have left the box by now. It's just... oh, Chris has left the session.
Oh.
Very, very strange. Top 3. All within overtaking range of each other there.
Top 4.
Top 4, sorry.
Just sitting on board with a nice job, mate. Just got all the 3 ahead of me, and I had a nice job, sorry. Let's see, there's a lot of them. It appears that is the closest battle on track at the moment.
Ginge in a good position. Ginge is just down in the driver's standings at the moment. He's in 6th place. But he would make up a few places, I think, here if he keeps the position he's got at the moment. But we've got a long way to go.
Yep, definitely. I mean,
We're almost a third of the way through the race. As Matty Jones gets past Chuck Brothers there. I'm not sure if Chuck is in. And Marcus just really keeping control of the race at the moment. He's not really made any mistakes.
he's managed to pull out the gap of 1.3 now, so he's managed to increase up just over half a second. And just like half a lap there. So it could be that he's got that bit better straight line speed.
One second.
Cool. So let's see, have a wee quick look down. See yellow flag in sector 1, let's see what's been going on. It's Matty Jones. I'm not even sure what corner that is. I think that's Dunlop Curve there. Yep, Dunlop Curve, he's spun out and now he's down to 9th place. Doesn't appear that he's received any damage or that, so he's going to be able to continue on without needing to pit for repairs. He's got AJ Baker just ahead of him on 5 lap younger tyres, so this is interesting. So I think, judging by what I could see here, it looks like we're down to 11 actually. Yep, because it doesn't appear that Barry Shuckle and I think it's Chris. Yep, they two are in the session right now either, so Chris in here. So just keeping on board with the leaders up front here and seeing what's going to happen, but it doesn't appear that much is happening. No one seems to be going for any overtakes, or being able to go for any overtakes as of yet. Doing a nice job, mate. It's dropped back to 3.3 seconds now. Must have made an error. But I've still seen Josh McGill managing to keep up to the tail end of Ginge, but we've seen a yellow flag in sector 2. And that may be the volumes of Matty Jones, I'm not sure. I've seen Short Marcus going even quicker. And then Josh McGill setting in a personal best as well. Not a personal best, fastest lap, sorry. So, Josh McGill, he is the fastest man on the track at the moment. He is itching for that win. You could see it in his driving, how much he's wanting this. That gap is slowly coming down every single second. Down just under 7 tenths now. We've seen a switch between RK and Chris. can't imagine to get up into 11th place. I've seen. Oh, what's that there? Was that? Ah, Chuck Brothers, he's not here, unfortunately. Being overtaken by Joe Bradley there. Is that you back now?
Yeah, sorry, I was longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be about 30 seconds.
Oh, good, brother.
Sorry, everyone, if you didn't see whatever Lee was talking about for a minute. But
No,
so
not much
Chuck
happened.
Brothers is not in the race, I'm guessing.
Chuck Brothers and Chris and, well, obviously Paul Chuckle as well. All that happened really was Matty Jones spun
Ooh,
out.
his Aki is
That
now
Ake?
spun. Yeah, I just caught that just as he was doing it. Hopefully that won't cause a safety car. I think he's got away unscathed as well.
Yep, no damage to that McLaren.
So Gingy's been able to make back that gap a little bit now. The three of them are all still very close together. But as we do see in RTG quite a lot, some of these drivers are so evenly matched that we see the sort of to and fro of the times just bouncing within around a second window for so many laps.
Oh yeah, it does just like bounce back and forth. They do like to keep us on edge. Well, see AJ Baker making the move past his teammate now up into 6th place. I think Joe Bradley just thought, you're the quicker driver, on you go. That was a bit interesting there. I've seen Josh McGill quite tentative at the corner there.
Chuck Brothers losing another place. Bernie into the Aki into the pits. Not sure if he's gonna retire or not. We're at about half distance now, just before half distance. So quite a long way to go. Quite a lot of time to make a lot of errors, Lee, especially in these conditions. The rain though doesn't seem to have eased up in any way, shape or form. It still seems as wet or potentially wetter than when we started.
Yeah, it does. Sorry, I was just looking at the chart there, and I seen that Chuck Brothers somehow got kicked and his internet crashed. So that's the reason why he isn't here.
Try and send him an invite.
Uh,
I don't think he's my friend. Can you access it on there, Lee, on the page?
I'll try. And nope, it's still Kanaka. Yeah, I was actually speaking to one of my friends about this and about the EA invite system and how, because of the amount of friends that they have, they can't invite anyone either on crossplay. So it's a bit of a hindrance, I would say. Let's have a real look. Well,
I was just thinking the closest battle on track, Lee, is the top three.
Mm-hmm. Well,
West
that
and TJ. Yeah. But he's not in it anymore yet.
No.
As Tej now moves up into 9th place. Top 3 across the line, at a 14th lap, so just at the half point now. And yeah, I didn't say before that, you were right. 27 laps.
And I clocked up at the start when we were waiting in the lobby. We've seen, before setting the fastest lap, 5 something, I'll check, 649. So that's about 3/10 quicker. No, 2/10 quicker than the fastest lap at the moment, so...
I was just thinking about how the wet tyres, even in the game, are rubbish. But I just find you don't get a lot of grip from the wet tyres at all. The intermediate's not too bad, but these new tyres are not good for wet tyres.
Yeah, I would say that as well. They're not the best, but you make do. I mean, we're going on about getting blanketless ones now, are we?
Yeah, potentially for next season or the season after that.
And I already know there's a few of the drivers that aren't the biggest fan of them.
Well, even in game, they're never warm enough when you come out of the pits, are they? They're so cold. It's almost better to do a overcut now than it is to do an undercut.
Yeah.
So as I said, at least we got this one battle. The field has spread out quite considerably now. But these three have just been on par with each other for quite a few laps now. Nice job, was in a really good spot for a while, and he's now dropped back. I say that he's just actually just lost some more time by going out on the grass.
See, nice job, mate. It's managed to car trip Prof here. Nice job be managing to challenge for that 4th position anytime soon.
Sorry, first time I've ever done that. I was on mute. I was talking. I was on mute. Now I feel silly.
You silly goose.
Silly sausage. What I was saying when I was on mute was nice job. Lost some more places, but always the top two now dive into the pits. Ginge takes the lead. You don't have to pit, I don't think, when it's a full wet race. You don't have to pit, do you?
Nope.
So, and I think the wets will go all the way to the end.
So this could be perfect for Ginge to manage to just pull away now, but we'll have a wee quick look. Oh, intermediates for Short Marcus, wets for Josh McGill. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you are. Let's just check on the.
Oh,
yeah.
Now this is going to be interesting. Whose tyres are going to be better?
At the moment, it's looking like Josh.
Yeah, Marcus is still looking a bit. Oh, just as we say that, both of them get a little bit of slippy and slidey.
And Dunlop as we go into the two Degners. And I did see a comment. I didn't see who it was from. Sorry, it said silly sausage. Just repeating what I said. Yeah, I am a silly sausage. So, through turn 11, on the power we go towards turn 12. It's got to be crossover time now, but if it's crossover time...
Ooh, Matty Jones as well.
Oh.
And I think Ernie Burney is going to be going on the intermediate tyres also.
So what's Ginge
no, he's going on the wets.
So, this is interesting.
This is boggling my brain.
So we got a couple of drivers on the wets. We've got Ginge and Prof just behind him. He's made up so much time. Ginge stays out. Prof comes in. What's nice job going to do? comes in as well. They're all going for inters. They're all going for inters to see what Prof goes for. What do they look like? Wet tyres. Oh.
No, huh? Um, this must just be a
Intermediates
crossover.
for nice job with a new front wing as well.
Oh,
Ginger's yet to stop. He's carrying on. And if people are going on the wet sleigh and some are going on the inters, I think Ginger's made the right call here just to stay out a bit longer. But that time is rapidly coming down. But it's certainly got to be a bit of a crossover point because Josh is sticking right to the back, right on the tail of Marcus, and obviously they're on different wet compounds.
it's interesting. Like,
I have to admit, we were getting to a slightly boring phase, and these strategies now may have just put a bit more of that spice in the mix. And the fact that they're sort of matching each other still. And
yeah,
of course,
definitely.
it's super interesting. But if it stays like this, or but it may get worse. We don't know. That's the thing.
Right, so
We don't know if
we've
it's going
just
to get
seen
worse. There.
the AI of Chuck Brothers go into the pits, and he's came out on the intermediates. So,
Ginger's staying out again.
I think the inters may be the way forward within the next few laps. Just listening
Marcus
to the
just set.
onboard. Just listening to the onboard of Josh McGilder and come out with a shiny here. I've been getting a lot of slip coming from the rear wheels. All the way up to near 50 gear. So, you're telling they are not doing the proper job.
Well, the time is coming down to Ginge. It came down really rather quickly straight away, and now it's just coming down in small increments. As I said, 0.3, and we don't know what pace Josh can do yet because he hasn't been released either. He could be really being held up by the Red Bull. I mean, if you're on better tyres, he defends. Oh, this could be his chance. This really could be his chance now. He kind of put Marcus off by maybe looking to the inside, and Marcus defended late. And now he's got to run. This is going to be a rare opportunity now where he's just going to have to go for it, because if he thinks his tyres are still better, the conditions are still better for those wet tyres, then this is the time where he really does need to get past and try and gain some ground, because if the weather does get better, he's going to have to go on the intermediates. And of course, he'd have been on one extra stop compared to his Red Bull rival just ahead of him.
Oh, sorry, AJ Baker has been overtaken, but nice job on the intermediates. Well, AJ's on the 12 lap
And
off. Ginge comes
in.
into the pits. So this is going to be short Marcus's race to lose now, I would say.
Intermediates, but is he going to catch up dramatically? He's got slightly newer inters. The weather might just be starting to get a bit better now. Ginge might have called this right. As you said, he's got a big gap, and he's got Prof coming along on wet tyres, gets ahead of him as well. So he comes out in fourth place. Sorry, Lee.
No, I was just going to say that Prof with fastest lap on the wet tyres going again. Nice job, mate, with an even faster time on the intermediates. This is honestly boggling my brain.
It's certainly got an interesting. We've got about a 50-50 split, haven't we?
Yeah, obviously I would say it's unknown what's the better tyre.
7 inters, 6 wet tyres.
Oh, and there we go. There's Joe Bradley making up, Matty Jones making up a move on Joe Bradley there.
Yeah.
I think the inters are starting to come into it a bit more now. Oh, Matty Jones, penalty there, just going a little bit too wide. Exit of turn 1 there.
So yeah, now it's really starting to look like the intermediates might start to become the better tyre now. It does look like it's starting to rain again though. It really does start to look like it's raining again. I'm not sure. The track's starting to look a bit drier. The fastest laps are starting to tumble now, with Marcus setting the newest fastest lap, and Ginge still stuck behind Prof on the wet tyres.
Prof man just to hold out here. This is going to be an excellent drive for him. They're coming up 9 places from 12.
Is it just me, Lee? Or is that rain looking like it's getting heavier again?
If it is, it's going to be hilarious.
It is, because the wet drivers on the wet tyres are going to be laughing. Maybe they knew it was going to get wetter again, but
that's what I was thinking.
So closely matched though. I mean, it does look like Ginger's got some more pace, and I do think turn 11 here is one of those spots where you just got to go for it. If you think your tyres are better, it's one of those places where you can catch the guy you're trying to overtake off guard. And see there, he's trying on the exit now, and he's got a much better launch out of turn 11, and he's got the overtake done into turn 12. So we go into turn 13 and 14, spoon curve. We'll see if he can start increasing that gap. He needs to get there's a big margin now between him and Short Marcus, and of course he's got Josh McGill in the way.
God say, I love the rear view when you're like staring off the back of someone's car and just seeing the sparks flying out the back. It just goes to show you how low to the ground that these cars are actually travelling. It looks like he's managing to increase that gap, but not a lot. Oh, nice job, mate, with fast lap. 43.294.
So, as we're now getting into the latter stages of this race, the strategy is so interesting. And it doesn't really look like it's got all that much drier, to be fair. I think, yes, the intermediates are probably slightly better now, but, you know, we've still got just under a third of the race to go, about a quarter of the race to go. And it could still, the rain could get heavier again.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like it's... it does look like the puddles and that have cleared up a bit, but you can still see some of them like on the outside turn 11 there. But you can definitely see a dry line starting to form up. I've seen Josh McGill, that gap has increased to 3.3 seconds.
So we've got Short Marcus setting another fastest lap now. I said the times are falling. I don't think it's going to dry up by the end of the race. We've got a couple of VSCs. No safety cars today, though, just yet.
Touch wood.
I literally did.
I just heard it.
And a nice job. Takes the fastest lap back and that extra point. So, we've got just over a handful of laps to go, Lee. It looks like the intermediates are becoming the better tyre. Now here's the question, Lee. Will Ginge be able to make, if it does start getting drier and Josh doesn't pit, which we are starting to get to the point with so little laps remaining, that it would kind of be in Josh's favour not to pit. With sort of three... If it kind of stays as it is, the time is coming down, but Ginge really needs to start getting on with it.
to reduce that gap about 2 seconds each lap. Just thereabouts in order to be within striking distance, I would say, of Josh McGill.
So as we go down the back straight towards 130R with Ginge, time is coming down, but not enough. It's going to be so interesting to see though what these wet tyre drivers are going to do. I had to really think about what I was saying then. Down to 8 seconds now. I'm just really keeping focused on that time between Ginge and Josh and how much it will come down. Sector 1 is going to be the place where Ginge can make up most of the time, I think, all the way up to the hairpin at turn 11. This is where the time is really going to be won through this huge long sequence of corners.
We already see it down by over half a second already from the start-finish straight. Oh, getting a little bit shaky at the run up there. He lost a little bit of time there, but it's nothing compared to what he's managed to gain in the grand scheme of things. As he's now coming up to turn 11 now.
Oh! Safety car deployed. Or was that VSC? VSC. Damn it.
No.
Damn. I was really hoping that was the safety car then. But what does Josh do now? Do you come in?
I think it's better to just risk it and stay out. Because if he goes in, then I reckon that'll probably be hung down to about maybe 5th season.
Oh, and it's green light already. Bernie's out. So
we've only got 10.
That's actually hindered Ginge quite a bit because he's had sort of a third of a lap where he hasn't been able to make any of that time back.
And also you lost a good half a second there as well since that VSC came out.
As I said, Sector 1 is the place to be if you want to make up time.
Definitely. I mean, if you're on the better tyres, then that's where it's going to come down to. You know, that's already down to 6.7 seconds of a gap now. He could easily do it.
He pretty much matched his PV there in the first sector. Was under a quarter of a tenth behind his best time, and it really is coming down. He almost loses it there on the exit of turn 11. I said the sequence all the way up to that point is never ending. You get a bit of a break here for the rest of the lap, but you've got Spoon Curve, which is harder than it looks. It really is here. It just sort of wants to suck you right out onto that curb on the right hand side. The same here on the gravel trap. Really wants to suck you out. As you've got Matty Jones now, who is DNF'd. Hasn't brought out any kind of safety car or anything like that. We're down to about 5.5 seconds now. He's not in sight just yet. The thing that will be interesting as well, because we've got 3 laps to go. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think he needed another 1 or 2 laps, Lee, and he may have got it. He may have got it, as I said, within striking distance, within touching distance of Josh McGill.
That VSC definitely hindered Ginge quite a bit there, as he did lose quite a bit of momentum.
You never know, though. It could get suddenly the rain could just suddenly stop, like within 20 seconds, and then we know how quickly these tracks can dry up. So I really think that might play something. It's getting close though. He's Surely there he is. He's just in the distance. He can see him now. And I definitely think, Lee, from a mental perspective, being able to see the driver that you're chasing in front
It
really
just
gives you
fuels
that
the fire.
it gives you that final push to just keep going.
And there is only a couple of laps still to go, so still enough time to be able to get it done. 2 seconds.
It'll be down to around 3 seconds once we cross the line. With 2 laps to go. So realistically, he needs to gain 2 seconds in 1 lap to have a chance. He needs to be within 1 second of him, as there might be a few rounds of fastest lap movement now, with Marcus taking back the fastest lap. So there we go, just over the 3 second mark, and by the way the time's been falling, it's not going to be enough. He's going to be so close though. But these last 2 laps, well, really, this lap, and maybe if he can have 1 chance into the chicane at the end, he's got a lap and a half to get that time down. It is coming down, and you can tell now he's really trying to push. He loses the car a little bit there. That'll actually lose him some time, but with the tyre advantage he's got, it actually still gains him just a little bit of time. He does lose quite a bit through there. It's down to 2 seconds now. He needs another second within a lap. This could get very, very close now. I think the track is really starting to swing the intermediate way with a lap and a half to go. As we now press the allow pedal towards Spoon Curve, there might be a little lift still through turn 12. It will be a treacherous corner to keep it on the limit. They are very close together now. It's 1.5 seconds. He may have a chance. 1.1 seconds. That time has come down. It's going to be under a second lead. Please come back. You do not want to miss this as we go towards 130R. 0.8 of a second. Ginge could snatch second away from Josh McGill as we make our way into the chicane and then out. He's going to have the better traction here as we go around the final corner to start the final lap. This will be the final time they go into turn 1. No DRS, of course, but I think Ginge is going to wait, and he is waiting for a better opportunity. Those tyres are going to be so much better now. Look at the grip that he has compared to that Alfa Romeo as we go through turn 3 and turn 4 as we go now through the left of 5. Not really a place to go for here. You might, like I said, turn 8, that's the place to make your first attempt. A heavy braking zone after a small straight where the Alfa Romeo here is going to have to get 2 Degners spot on the money, and the Alpine is going to be right on the back, almost too close as we can hear Lee screaming, so he's definitely back as we go towards turn 11 through the kink of 10. He has the inside for 10, it turns into the outside, goes to the outside, a bit of contact between the two of them. Who's going to have the better grip on exit? Is that Alpine? Is he going to get past? There's only a cigarette paper between the two of them. He's off the track now. It's Josh, and that might have to go to the steward's room. That felt a bit more like Mario Kart than Formula 1 sim racing. It really did. We're going to watch Short Marcus in a few seconds cross the line to win. I think Ginge has got it though, but as I said, that might go to the stewards. Seeing this, that was maybe a little over aggressive. We see Short Marcus, who pretty much led every lap, bar a few with Ginge, but he comes home to win the Japanese Grand Prix and sets the fastest lap at the end of the race. I think Ginge will take second on the road, but that might change later on this evening or tomorrow, as Josh will come across the line in third. The wets weren't the call at the end of the day. Nice job. Finishes in 4th place. 5th place for Prof, who moves up to 4th with a penalty for a nice job. And now we have a little bit of a wait for AJ Baker. Do you think that will go to the stewards, Lee?
Not I mean, I do think it might go to the stewards, but looking at it, Josh McGill did give Ginge quite a squeeze going into coming onto the exit of turn 11 there. And like we've seen a sort of similar incident happen, funnily enough, where Josh McGill was on the left-hand side again with, I think it was Matty Jones, I think it was. So, you can maybe see a sort of pattern happening there. And it appears Tidgman's stuck at turn 12, I think. Yep, turn 12, he's stuck. And I guess that's it. So, yeah, Tidgman just got disqualified there, but...
Had myself on mute again, the second time today.
God's sake, Joe.
He had a flat.
Did he? Right. Yeah. I think that's a bit... I think he should still be deserving of that 7th place, to be honest. Yeah, that was just unfortunate there. But, yeah, quite an interesting race there. We've seen quite a few different strategies in that play out. Some people opting to stay on the wet compounds, others moving on to the inters near the end there. But we'll have a wee quick rundown of the finishing order here. So we've got short Marcus Manchin to get the win there. Ginge Manchin to get that 2nd place just on the last lap there from Josh McGill, who finished in 3rd. Prof Manchin to come up 8 places from 12th into 4th. We've got a nice job mate who came home in 5th. AJ Baker in 6th. Joe Bradley in 7th, although I think that should be deserving of Tidgman, but we'll find out later on. In 8th is Chuck Brothers, and Aki was in 9th, and Chris in 10th, but don't think he was here. Matty Jones didn't finish. Neither did Ernie Bernie or Paul Chuckle. So, that was actually quite a surprising race.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was definitely got more interesting with the tyre strategy conundrum that we had sort of mid-race, but it looked like the Inters were the best choice. So I think that probably jumped Marcus up. It may jump Marcus up to the top now. Yeah, because nice job finishing in 5th. Yeah, I think leading on to next week, which will be Jeddah next time out. So a race under the lights, fastest street circuit on the calendar. But yeah, I think this title fight is going to be very close between Marcus, Josh, nice job mate, Ginge as well. I think he's just starting to get into that fight as well. So yeah, so next time we will be seeing you on Thursday, won't we, Lee? And that will be, just give me a second.
Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone. Yeah. So, home Grand Prix, best Grand Prix. It was voted for last year as the best Grand Prix, actually.
It is a good track, I'm not going to lie. Really good track.
So we go from an old classic to another old classic. Slightly changed now from previous years. But anyway, we'll let you go. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like the videos, subscribe to the channel to see more RTG stuff. We'll hopefully have some more leagues on our roster at some point in the near future. Anyway, it's goodbye from me and from
Peace
Lee.
out from me.